welcome back for your October read. For those of you who it's your birthday month, a very happy birthday. I know some of you by mid-month will be celebrating. And the beginning of the month. Anyway, let's get into your read. This read's going to be very unique in which it's going to have aspects of astrology in it. It's going to cover your romance house as well as the moon phases, as well as your work, your finances and your career, and anything really directly you're working on in the sense of messages that are coming to me. Now, the first moon phase we have is the Pisces moon, and it does fall into your 6th house. And that covers your work. I'm just getting all my paperwork. It covers your work environment, habit, routine, and health. Now, the card that came through for this, and I have pulled chakra cards, is Elder in reverse. And what I'm saying is there can be some immaturity in general. Again, the way in which Pisces operates is quite unique. It can be emotional, but at the same time, it's the areas that is going to be impacted can be immaturity, external to the situation. Now, your work environment, your work, your habits, your routine, and your health are directly being impacted by, it could be younger energies, immature energies. It could be your own energy, but I'm feeling it's very separate. Now, you've got 2 clarifier cards, but they're both in reverse. Now, the first one is you always have a choice. Some of you're feeling you don't have as much freedom, and it's directly impacting your work environment, your habits, your routine, and your health. It's really affecting your health. Get ready for big changes. It's like something hasn't changed, okay? And this is why it's directly impacting your health in the first few weeks. Now, we do have Pluto going direct. Now, for you guys with that energy, the Pluto energy moving forward into 2024 is going to be a subject matter you're going to be covering. And you're entering into a very interesting transit by the Libra moon. Bear with me. It covers your 4th house. Okay, your 4th house, you can't make this shit up. Okay, psychological foundation, domestic issues, endings, parents and home. Now, this is something of a scenario that you're going to be working on into 2024. You're going to become quite focused on this area. You're also going to be dealing with scenarios in different ways and learning different techniques to adjust to these situations. Now, in a lesson sense, it's something in a lesson sense to liberate you to make choices, okay? So there's going to be massive choices between now and 2020. And in a pain body experience, it's accepting those changes. It's dealing with parents. It could be your co-parenting. And moving towards that energy, looking at foundations and having to take direct action. Now, some of it external to you could be impacting your work environment. This can be really highlighted in the first week. And I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. Your card that you've got for this energy is you're tempted, okay? You might be tempted to do something in a sense of change. Choose your friends wisely in reverse. You're feeling like you're tempted to address these areas because you feel people aren't being friendly, people aren't being fair, and wanting to create that balance. And it might be speaking your truth. But again, with the 6th house activation, with your work environment, you're needing to really deal with tedious tasks. I'm going to pull a clarifier. It's quite a frustrating energy coming through. But again, looking at these things, the way in which you're relating to it is, is it a you situation or is it another person's situation, and trying to break that cycle. You've got a lot that you're dealing with. And again, this is a card of work, employment, things that you're working on, something out of balance, needing to look at these things and address them. And they can be coming up in a karmic sense. Interesting, especially since Pluto's going direct around that time. It's going to be quite unique in the way it comes through. This also, and this is very psychically speaking, we did have the energy of the Pisces frequency last year. Was it last year or the year before? I know during the time we had quite heavy Pisces frequency, the way in which we were looking at things was quite unique, and I feel it's relating back potentially 1 to 2 years for you guys in some shape or form, but you're actually entering a new cycle by the Libra moon, and it is connected to you yourself. Okay, it's your first house. Now, your first house of self is actually, you know, with this foundational related situation with Pluto, looking at things in a very unique way, looking at to a point where you're making adjustments and you're trying to take care of yourself because you know who you are. Great mystery in reverse. It's like you know who you are. You've been doing some work on yourself for quite a long time. Some of you might have owl as an animal totem. Pay attention to the signs. A very intuitive energy coming through. And lighten up in reverse. It's like it could be causing, you've gained your insight, you gained your clarity, you know who you are, or you're moving into that. And it's like this battle where you're actually saying, hey, this is who I am. Let's pull a clarifier on that. This could be to do with romance. You know your value, you know your worth, you know what you love. You're wanting this connection, but you also want the connection with yourself. And, you know, the union and the energy is the energy of yourself. Okay. Now, with Jupiter going direct, at the same time we have Uranus going retrograde. Now, with the Taurus energy, this covers your 8th house. Okay. Which is life, death, money, legacies, will, and the ability to rebuild. So in the retrograde cycle, it can be stark changes. It could be caution with finances. And again, you find it benefits you. Whatever you start seeing isn't working is where the changes will be in the direct motion, but it won't be going direct till January 10th. So you're going to have a lot of time, both with the Pluto energy of the foundational related situations and what needs to end, what needs to change. It's stepping into that frequency and making those adjustments. You are quite focused on things that you love, and also fighting for what your rights are and trying to cut through and create the balance. Now, the chakra card you have for this is your crown chakra. You know that there's love here, but you also are paying attention to the signs, and it's interesting because it's like an oxymoron energy. You've got pay attention to the signs, and the owl looks extremely grounded. You knew something was going to go a particular way inside your soul. You see the presence of love because bees always represent love, and you're looking at things, but you've got lighten up in reverse. And then you've got divine union. Interesting. We will get into the romance in a minute. We're going to look at the energy of what's coming through on the things you're working on. Now, this is your finances, your work, your employment. It may be a time where you wish to get to a point where you have some quiet time to retreat. Now, due to this energy coming in the first week, you may need to get connected with Mother Nature. You might be working very hard. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can disconcern the process, your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity for what to do next. Makes sense by the Pisces moon, okay? So anything you're working on, or if you're running a business or doing something, have a little bit of downtime. And I know even 20 minutes a day of complete no white noise, no radio, being out in Mother Nature and disconnecting to get some fresh air. Allow whatever it is to rest. And then by having that retreat, returning, you gain clarity each step of the way. Positivity, faith and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. You do not allow negative energies or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. And I feel this is between the Pisces moon and the Libran moon, because whatever you are dealing with at a financial level, at an employment level, at a relationship related level, especially with the nodes being in Cancer and Capricorn, it's family versus work and, you know, infrastructure. You're wanting to rebuild. We've got Jupiter direct, which means you're going to have that push forward, but you're going to have to push through the energy. It can be quite arduous. Facing your financial fears, it's in reverse. You know what the situation is and you're taking direct action. Unlimited ideas. You already know what you want to do, but with Uranus going retrograde, you may find that you're a bit at a loss initially with that stage in that adjustment, okay? So initially it could feel crap's going wrong, but then you're moving into a space with the crown chakra, and I did say that the amethyst was really coming through in a clear sense. So drink fluid in October. Try and keep as grounded as possible. You can do some crown chakra meditation as well, and use earth hurts, especially if you're suffering from ascension symptoms. Moving through the transit this month, you've got employment changes, but this doesn't mean you move job. It means a shake-up, okay? The Pluto energy can relate to your career as well. It also does get to a point, Capricorn, let's just make sure. 4th house. Yeah. So the psychological foundation could be impacting work, domestic issues, endings, parents, you know, it could be a family member, your home-related dynamics, something's out of balance. So it's attempting to do different things in order to get a better solution. So the changes are going to be there, but, you know, the Jupiter energy is going to help you put yourself into the situation. You've seen where you want to expand. You're taking direct action, but there can be a distortion with the Neptune frequency coming through in Uranus retrograde. So try not to freak out. Try to understand it's an adjustment state between the Pisces and the Libran moon. And again, God is your source. I'm hearing this as, you know, the clearing, getting the crown chakra activated. I'm going to pull some clarifiers. Okay, quiet retreat. Yeah, to do with a family-related dynamic, something, or a tribe, you know, there could be something going on that's impacting your movement forward in a physical, domestic. Now, by the moon phase, and I'm feeling this is to do with the family-related dynamic, because this can be the card of Cancer, and again, the nodes being in Cancer and Capricorn, it's the subject matter we're all directly dealing with. The positivity, faith, and optimism, I feel each moon phase is going to give you a different energy. Now, it is a new moon. The Libran moon is a super moon, okay? Regardless of what moon phase this is going to come in, understand this is going to be a process, and the downloads you have are going to be quite positive. Again, with the triangles on the card, it is to do with, you know, your emotions, the feminine energy. We do denote the moon card as a feminine frequency, but it doesn't have to be that you're a female Libran. It's more the fact that you are tapping into your emotions and understanding what's going on. Okay, now when it comes to you knowing what the financial situation is, yeah, you're not taking any risks. You feel some people are being foolish and they're not listening. So again, I'm feeling this is external. So you're being cautious, you're preparing. You were prepared for this. You know something's based on a falsehood, so you're waiting for these scenarios to play out. Okay, unlimited ideas. This could be causing a lot of, again, you know, illness. It could be to do with the person that's unwell. It could be to do with the fact that the foundation isn't stable. Something is shifting in a family or work-related domain. Now, these employment changes, what are they to do with? And I'll read the what they've said on the card. Put that back in. Your career path is leading you to a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, prioritize passion and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help You release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported each step of the way. So whatever's coming up is to push you in a direction where it's workable. And you've got the 10 of Swords in reverse. So things will balance out. You're going to take direct action. Pluto's giving you the heads up of what those things are. The shake up will actually occur and probably already has been in play. So you're looking at, you know, what is and what isn't working. Some of you might be working from home and you feel that it's just not physically working. You're having to change things around. Okay, God is your source. Now, the clarification card is it's going to be a karmic end. So everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God. And your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitations. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. Karmic ending. So this is a cycle that's changing. And it's interesting because, you know, those of you that are TFs, I did have that vision in August. I saw it at a roundabout. Yeah, the karmic ending. So, you know, if you're dealing with energies that are ending, it is to do with the eclipse energies and, you know, especially with the Pluto energy. So something's coming to an end and you're separating away from these restrictions of what has been hindering you. That's the energy that's coming through for me. Now, in your romance house, at the heart of it, there could be this, it could be directly a Leo you're dealing with. Again, this could have been from last month's energy. You had been aware that something needed to change. This can be to do with a lawsuit, or it can be quite cruel energy, and especially with the crowning cards coming through for the first moon, of this imbalance of immaturity and things that are directly impacting your work environment, your habit, your routine, and your health. You're like Barley's on this, needing to actually, you know, tie these loose ends up. Yeah, they're not yours. It's interesting because those of you who are twin flames, this is non-twin flame related. These are situations that are separate to this connection. And it's interesting because you've got divine union. So the energy of what's at the heart of the matter is something very separate to the connection that is impacting the scenario. You know, in your headspace, you have faith. And again, you know, especially with your work domain and the things you're working on, you understand and you're using your crown chakra. You know that there's the presence of love. Especially by the Libra and Moon, you're using your wisdom, your crown energy and the lessons you've learned. External, the things you're focusing on, interesting, is connected to Jupiter. Now, the Sagittarius energy very much is coming through in your external world. Now, Sagittarius is your third house. Communication, self-expression, and short journeys. So it can be that you're having to talk to people. You're having to speak your truth. And again, this was coming through really by, you've spoken, okay? You've spoken about these external influences of what's affecting something. You know what they are. You might have already spoken to this direct individual in relation to what's affecting this connection. So it's past tense conversations. It might have been in August that this conversation happened, especially with this being an 8. And you've been waiting for it from there to balance out, but you've been gaining more insight in the process. In their head, they feel that they've failed, okay, due to this situation. I do feel they're going through a healing process and not understanding that, not allowing this wheel to actually turn. Now, I'm going to pull a clarifier on these cards. What is faith in relation to? Okay, you're acting in your integrity. You're coming from your truth, Libra. Align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what is right for you. Okay, so you're acting that way. Now, the external situations. What is the clarifier for the external situations where you wanted to expand in the area of your third house? And you've communicated your truth about this, and this could be you're working in the communication sector. Yeah, you're not passionate about something that isn't going according to plan. You've communicated your truth, you've expressed it, but you're like, how many more times can I say this? Like, what am I supposed to do here? This is interesting. Okay, now with the counterparts energy, or the love interest of who you're tuning into now, they have the wheel in reverse in their headspace. There can be guilt, there can be, they feel stuck. And again, the Pisces frequency, go look at their reading. The Pisces frequency could be really impacting them at the moment. Yeah, again, it's this lifetime they're learning this karmic lesson. And again, check their Pluto energy of what is going on with them. Past life related. It's like they feel bad luck. And they feel like they failed something. But it's like they're missing the point of the process. I'm going to pull another one. What are they missing? 2. Yeah, they don't feel safe. They feel very vulnerable. It could be a vulnerable situation. They're trying to focus on, they're trying to do 2 things at the moment, and they feel they can't do as much as they'd like to. So they're quite confused as to how to approach this situation. That's quite messy. External to the situation, they feel regret. They feel someone isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing. There might have been a betrayal on their side of the fence. And they feel that this other energy that's impacting these scenarios is not doing all they should be doing and just focusing very selfishly. Let's see. Yeah, very lack of emotion, lack of integrity. This is not, so external they're tuning into, this external person, people, places and things who are being unfair in the balance of this situation. Okay, the anchored energy of the 3D of this connection is the Ace of Swords. Now this is connected to the Capricorn frequency as well. So both of you may be working on things. Both of you are trying to adjust, you know, your health, the way you're achieving things, your strength. Again, this is the card of Pisces, Aquarius, and Capricorn. So by the Pisces moon, it's going to bring up some energies that are affecting your employment, and that can be on both sides of the fence. It's also the foundational related issue, because it's almost like you're mirroring each other. It's so bizarre. I'm going to put the twin flame card back in, which can be deep soulmate connection. Okay, so the 3D is you guys are doing the work. You're trying to rise above the things. You're trying to cut to the point, and both of you are needing to use a lot of masculine frequency to move this situation forward. Your heart feels that, you know, some of these situations are quite harsh, and they're being kept up at night. Okay, they're quite in their heart. They're like really feeling, what do I do from here? You guys are keeping your cards close to your chest about, you know, although there's things going on and you're aware of them, you're keeping your cards close to your chest. You're focusing on your work. Your love interest, again, is feeling quite stuck. I'm hearing picky in the middle. And this has been quite a complex, you're not the first read that I've tuned into that I've heard that in my head. I did mention the moon card. Very interesting. Where's the moon card? What placement? Yeah, it came up. Okay. Okay, something's changing. Because with this moon card, I mentioned feminine energy. Now, this card is connected to feminine energy. And it says, express your divine feminine energy, embrace its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. Again, nodes in Cancer and Capricorn directly affecting and impacting the foundation of this. Okay, Libra. What's the clarification for the Ten of Wands? In reverse. 2. I knew it'd come back out. You know who your connection is. There is gossip about your connection with this very deep soul connection. You know something's coming about, right? You know something's going to happen. In your heart, you know. You're being protective. The external, it's almost like you're rejecting. So you're trying to keep as grounded as possible, but you can see this situation. And there's a ladybug on the card and a bee. What's the clarify for the Ace of Coins for Libra? Yeah, knowing that this needs to be detox because both parties are not passionate about it. I'm feeling as though it's been taking a long time. And look at the tortoise on the, you know, this reminds me of the age of Aquarius. It also reminds me of the pearl of wisdom that you've attained from observing the external, trying to rise above it, knowing that it has taken a while, but the cup is almost empty. Now, I'm looking at the pearl as a cup and pouring all this energy into a situation. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desires. This is external, okay? Ask Archangel Ralph to help you with this healing. Now, I feel this is to do with other people. I feel this can even be connected to counterparts. Okay, the loss and doubt they feel in their heart. What does the clarify for the Nine of Swords for the love interest? They're in it. They feel quite stuck. They're not letting something go. And they haven't learned something. There is a lesson coming through for this. Definitely check their sign, because there is something they are spiritually going through and you're observing it. And they're holding on to something. They feel it's out of their control, but it's the purging and the healing inside of them that is actually helping this, or will help this. Yeah, they're very regretful. They're trying to get grounded and they want this change. So the longer they're stuck in this frequency in September, it's coming to a head, and I do feel there will be change. This could be on the 5th. And I know Pluto's going direct on the 2nd, so potentially it could be around that time frame. I'm seeing the 5th as a very important time for you guys. Max 5 weeks. You can't make it up. Okay, I'm going to tell you. I had seen a date, and this is the 3rd time it's come up. Now, this is an energy of Scorpio. Now, the Scorpion moon comes next month. And I did see a date, very important too, transitions happening in connections. This can even be in your employment sector because of the nodes in Cancer and Capricorn. Now, I'm seeing between the 27th and the 28th, around the time of the Scorpion moon, that this is where this energy is coming to a seismic end. So, you know, I'm feeling that month is very important for you guys. Yeah, September, October. But October very heavily, this change. So you know something's changing. And this is where the person is going to be more optimistic. Okay, what is the outcome for this romance read right now? What is the potential outcome? Okay. Interesting. Something to do with the family-related dynamics going to come up. It can really threaten the foundation on your side or their side, but this is what's helping it change, and it is going to cause a change of plans. So something of a shake-up is coming to cause this change to happen, because I'm hearing, I'm going to pull a different deck. Bear with me. I know what I'm hearing. I just want to clarify with cards. There's a reason it has to go this way. There is a lesson connected to this. Everyone's homesick at the moment, and I'm persevering through. Okay, let's just push these to the side. Where's that deck? These ones are direct answers. Now, I'm going to read them in the upright. Only upright to get direct messages. Okay. Librans, stay quite grounded and focus on your dreams. Now, if you guys are focusing too much into the negative, in a sense of the connection and the blocks, you need to focus only on the best physical outcome. Engage in higher reasons. It's like you might be really trying to communicate this truth. Get to the reason why, and engaging in higher reasons can be, you know, retreat, quiet retreat, due to the fact that you're going to gain some enlightenment about why this is all happening. Something isn't working, okay? So at the heart of it, something isn't working and it needs to not work so that the truth can come out. Your partnered energy isn't looking after themselves. It's affecting their health. You're going to change tracks. You're going to change your way in which you're handling this. I feel it's through your clarity. So you're going to change your way in which you're approaching this. Your counterpart's not being judgmental, but both of you are going into hermit mode. Yeah, there's hidden knowledge in this. And again, I'm seeing crown chakra. I think psychically you're going to have a download about how this is going to go. Yeah, both of you are coming to a point. You've got to, you know, take care of yourselves. Your counterpart knows how this is. They're going to gain the utmost of clarity. Something in a sense. Okay, I'm going to tune into that. I'm putting that upside down. What is this revelation giving clarity to the person about? Accepting disappointments graciously. And focusing on what they love. So something of a lower... I feel as though there's some communication coming through. Where's that other deck? The little one. I know I have a message card in here. What is this communication about? There's communication coming through on one side of the fence that is information. And I feel it's quite shocking. I don't know what it is. But it changes the whole... And we had contracts and legalities coming through within your connection, so it can be something quite harsh. Yeah, it could be from an ex, because you got sweetheart in reverse. To do with money. Yeah, they knew this was going to come through. They were waiting for it. They're not upset. They're focusing on moving forward and moving away. They're not going to like it, but it's going to liberate them in some shape or form, okay? Because there's love in reverse, and I'm inquiring about the information that's coming to counterpart's energy. Someone from the past, accepting disappointments graciously, no surprise. Do what you love, and this is for love interest energy. Focusing on money, so there can be a win. Not upset about it, and accepting disappointment. There is, you know, moving away from what they don't love anymore, and